Hi everybody, Arlene Schipper from MJ's Blues and Dance Club and MJ's Handmaids. You can find us at mjsblues.com if you're interested in maybe broadcasting across the internet. We also rent shoutcast streams at mjsstreamsolutions.com. You can find our links all over each other's page. Anyways, I'm here today with part 2 of making a sun catcher. These are just free-form little sun catchers. It's how I just use up some of my scrap metal and reclaimed wire and leftover beads that, just a couple of them left over, and they work out really good when it comes to making components and accessories for sun catchers. If you wanted to make any, put them together or assemble free will. Anything that you make that you think, oops, I made a mistake, don't throw it away, because it might not be a mistake later on. It might be just what you need for something like this. So I'm going to show you how to pretty much make this part. In my first video, part 1, I showed you how to make these hooks, and I also showed you how to make showed you how to make one of these and these, and I also showed you how to make the right ones. This one here is actually what we made in the video. So if you need a refresher, go ahead, and that's the chain to hang it from. So don't forget to watch that video as well. Part 2, we're going to make this part and assemble, make a nice little chain for it. Few different crystals that you can use. I also have a link on my website for As4. They're really good. They're excellent quality. They have the sparkle and shine of what you want in a high-end lead crystal, and the rainbow effect and bling when you're hanging them in the sunshine is astronomical. You're gonna love it. Otherwise, I also use sometimes faceted glass. They have a nice bling to them. But the rainbow effect that you get from them isn't as brilliant. If you get any, they won't be like a lead crystal. And it also adds value to your sun catcher if you're going to sell them or give them away. You'll like that. So you can find a link to them. I believe I have the link right to this size. I think these are 18mm. I have a link right to these. And you'll also on that page find access to this style as well. So go check them out. They're pretty cheap to get too, especially when you buy them like that. These are glass beads, and they are I believe a Ches glass bead. These are frosted glass bead, and these are also, this is actually a stone. It's a aventurine, a blue, what they call sapphire blue aventurine. It's a dyed stone. This is also aventurine. It's a green, they're calling peridot green aventurine. But they're pretty nice looking, and they're beautiful in the sunshine. The blue reminds me, when it's in the sunshine, it reminds me of an opalite, if you know what those are. They have quite a unique look to them. Also, they're a man-made stone, though. You'll like them if you don't know of them. So let's get going on this. First thing you want to do is make a round piece, and to fit your beads, if you want to make something like that. You can do square, triangle, round. It really doesn't matter. It's up to you. First thing I'm going to do, though, is make a loop, so I have something to attach it with. And as you can see with this one, I have a loop only on one end, and then this here just stays free flowing. I do this because this could be just an attachment or the end, you know, like something like this, but it doesn't matter. Just put a loop on one side, and you can put a loop on the other end if you want to. I'm not going to, but you can if you want to. That's up to you. I'm going to use, you can use your round nose pliers if you want, like these. But if you want to keep a uniform size, mark with a Sharpie or something on your the jaws, the round part, the round part. Mark it with a Sharpie so you can line them up all the time with the size, the right size each time, and you'll keep a uniform size. I use these because I'm too lazy to mark my other ones. So I use these. These are called, I show in the other video, but they're called either a bail maker or a jump ring maker, and it's just round. The jaw's round in tiers, different size tiers. I believe it's up to a 10 millimeter or an 8 millimeter. Starts at 1. But I'm going to use the next size up for my loop. And I want enough so that I can actually wrap around. I want to lock it in, anchor it down so it doesn't slip off. And I probably didn't give it enough, so. It didn't work out the way I wanted it, but that's okay. I have the loop. Boop. It's not perfect. What is perfect in life? Okay, then I'm going to use, I have a ring mandrel I'm also going to use to shape my hoop. I usually start at about a size 10 on the mandrel. And if your mandrel has one of these, they call a bead protector or guard. If you have one of those, you can start it on that. It's going to get in my way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and hold the loop up. And then just shape my wire around. And it's a thick wire. Last video I do explain what size wire. It's a 16 gauge reclaimed pretty soft copper wire. Get a little bit bigger. And there I have my circle. It should work. Nope, we need to make it a little bit bigger. It's going to fit those beads, so, which is good. I can get. I'm going to go to a 12. This looks like they're a little bit too smushed in there, so I'm going to go to a ring size 12 on the mandrel. I think that's about right. Okay, it's about the same size. I still want to go a little bit larger, I think. I'm going to take it up to a 13.5. It's either playing with me And I went to 15 with this. I think that'll be good. Yeah. So now I'm going to cut it. I think I'm going to wrap it just to anchor it down. So like you do with any eye hook or you need to hold everything into place. I'm going to be off camera with this because it's a little big. So hold on. Most of my videos I do mention that I'm not a teacher, I'm not a professional or anything of the sort. My tutorials aren't necessarily tutorials. They're follow-alongs. This is how I do it. If you get anything from any of my videos, that's awesome. That's really good. That's what they're there for. But again, this is not a pro. And as far as I'm concerned, nothing is a law when it comes to making things like this. It's just art. Not just art, it's art. Boop. And art is what it is. Right, that's a nice, kind of nice looking. It's good and round. That's all we're really concerned about. Okay, so I've decided we can fill the hoop with this color, which is about all I had that was in fours other than these root beer colored ones. But I don't know. I think they're a little bit too... They look good in the sun. You know, I can tell you that. But they're a little dark, I think, for right now this time of year. Maybe for the fall. So I'm going to use these. And for the video and I'm just getting this done, I think it's going to be perfect. Because they're perfect. Haha. I'm going to use a 24 gauge. Round copper dead soft wire. If I can find the end. I'm usually pretty bad at that. Not too much. You don't need a lot. Okay. This is overkill with the wire cutters. And I should have left an end open, so now I'm going to be kind of sewing this in. Kind of uncool. Boop, boop. I'm gonna just get some wire through. I'm gonna go around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Close it up nice and tight. Pardon my light. And pardon going off screen. Camera. Now this ended up going downward as far as the wraps go, and it shows 4 wraps going around right there. I'm going to put 2 beads on. Now, it's been a year since or about 2 years since I've done one of these, so I hope I'm doing the beads correct. Now I look backwards. Oh, that's cool. No, they're going to be a little puffy. It's a bit small, but that's okay. So it's going that way. So you want to keep, because these are going in the downward, being wrapped going downwards, you want all the wraps to go in one direction. So this one here, I'm going to wrap so that it's going, look like it's being wrapped up, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I have way too much wire going on. 1, 2, this is 3, poofy. Well, making it 3D isn't bad. It's kind of cool. So we'll leave it at that. This is going to have to be cut. Get your smaller jewelry crafting cutters, wire cutters, for your smaller wire. That way you can get into smaller places also. Save the big end. I need it for the rest. Now again, I did do the wire and no, I did it right. Gonna go there. It'd be kind of cool if I had a bead in the center there. Maybe I'll find one in the center. You can see the wire, and then usually I'll wrap the wire around it a couple times, but it's kind of a bummer to do. So maybe I'll put a bead on this. I'll show you. I'll have to find a groovy bead to put on. If you have a hard time holding the wire, you know, if it slips out of your fingers a lot, don't be afraid to use your pliers to help you out and grab it. See? which means I need to find one. I don't know if I have one available. Beep, 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 beep. I have one of these. These are always cool. It's a copper bead corrugated. It'll be pretty cool, I think. So let's get a glass. The copper. And the other glass. Little bow tie. Bloop. Let's see how that's going to work out. 1 second. Whoa. It's going to be kind of cool. Yep, that's going to be cool. If you don't like it, if you don't agree, please don't complain. I'll never see it. I'll never hear it. Just do something different. That's all it takes. Save that energy and apply it to your creativity. There's 3, I think. Hold on, gotta see. Wasn't counting, I was ranting. Alright, so I think this part is done. Isn't that pretty? You should come to work with me more often. Okay, let's cut these ends. I go under my lamp a lot because I can't see what in the world I'm doing. So the lamp is a magnifying lamp. It helps me see all the mistakes I make. Hold on, when I see the mistakes. That's a beaut. Okay, cut and tuck them in, and yeah, you can even put a cute little pendant on a piece of leather for a choker. Boy, would that be adorable, huh? But we're using it for a sun catcher. Haha. Alright. So, now let's attach it to different pieces. What should we do? I'm thinking, one of my thoughts was to make something similar to this. Similar, doesn't have to be. Just like it. So it's not gonna be. This is an 18 gauge. You can see a little winky in the middle there. It is leftover piece from a project I didn't think I would ever find purpose for because it has that bend I can't undo in the middle, but I certainly found purpose for it today. Let's see. I did have a plan. Let's go with, I think the blue would go nice. Gives it color other than everything green. But in the meantime, let's play with the green. Gonna make an eye hook. Can I make all the same size? All of my eye hooks and connector loops, I make them all the same size because this wire gauge size, when it comes to, I believe this is a 2mm. When it comes to that, this actually makes it through. 2 of them can go through. So it makes a good size for a connector without a big hole in the middle of everything. So that's why you'll see me always use this particular part of my tool. Yeah, I was a little frugal on the wire there, wasn't I? And because it's 18 gauge, I am going to try and make sure that gets anchored down well. Excuse the light again. I don't know if I need all of that. That's a little easier for you. Pinch it down nice. Cut it so that you're going to have enough to kind of lock it into place. Like so. Now I'm going to put these are I don't know what they call them, little spaceships. Like the Jupiter 2, but they're a frosted glass, and whoops, they're not going to make it over that hump. Oh golly. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll just use this. And that will make it a nice drop. It's going to have to now. Should have enough. Couldn't be it. Nope, not enough. Okay, live and learn, right? Oh, I think I heard it. Nope. Let's see if I can get these over this one. No, but it would be enough, large enough. Yeah. Youchie. kind of a tight cut, but I got it, and it came out pretty good. Now, back to the original design. I'm going to put on one of these little green glass ones. I have the square glass clear. They're pretty cool. I don't know where I got them. I don't know how long I've had them for either. And that'll be a cute drop. Part of the hanging part. Trim. Make sure you close that the best that you can. Again, these aren't for jewelry, so you're not going to be too worried about point parts that will scratch you. But you don't want to make it so that if you're going to sell it or something, or yourself, you're going to hang this and you end up getting scratched or something. So that's pretty good. It's actually jewelry quality. Overdoing it here. Okay, so let's hook this on. I also make my own jump rings. This is one of the 1 millimeters. I know it doesn't look, actually no, this is a 2 millimeter. These are 3, which you're going to need. I make them myself. I use, again, Jump Ring Maker Bail Creator, whichever you want to call it today. Right now, it's going to be one of these so I can show you what I do. When you put your wire in, match it up as close as possible to the edge of the wire, so that when you start your circles or roll it, it'll be round. You won't have a flat start point, and you waste less wire, if that makes any sense. But this half a centimeter isn't gonna break the bank, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna go with a bit larger side. Just a couple of wraps so you can see what I do. Lift it a little bit. Just put it back in between the jaws. Kind of tight, but you don't want to squish the wire. And just roll it. Open your jaws. It's going to slide a lot. If you have something else that makes different size coils other than a Dremel and whatnot, that would be really cool for you. And you got good sized jump rings. I just wanted to show you how to do that. This is really big wire. Ooh, I'm gonna cut that a little too close. That's why it was hard. So this is going to be a top piece, and we want it to be able to maybe dangle off of a chain, or if you're going to make, I make like domes or hoods or whatever you want to call them to hang them from. So a couple of them fell off. I don't have them attached securely right now, but that way you can hang them, you know, make your own designs with them. But right now I'm going to, this one here, I'm just going to attach one of the hooks that we made in the video yesterday. These are pretty easy to make. Again, everything is pretty easy to make. And this is going to help us, actually, no. I kind of want this so that we can. I'm going to open it up. You see how I opened it up? I'm going to bring it through. So now I have it like this. Close it back up. And it's sturdy enough wire, believe me, it's not going to open back up on you while it's hanging somewhere. And now here is where I'll put my dangles. And so assembly of the dangles. We'll use this and then maybe put a, not too long, nice little sun catcher like that. If you want to add more, you can add another bead, add some color if you wanted to, or some design maybe. Put another something like that going on. It's really up to you. If you wanted to get real fancy and add to it, do something like this and have multiple dangles going up. That would be kind of awesome. A treat, maybe. Maybe do something like that and have these on the side. That would look pretty awesome, actually. But it's up to you right now. Something simple that you can give to your friends or however you'd like. Let's find, that's one of the chains that we made. That's attached, so we're going to use a jump ring. I'm going to open it up. That's an idea. I'm going to put the dangle on. I'm going to attach it to the frame of the flower, fantasy flower. That's what we'll call it, the fantasy flower. Close it back up. Bloop. Then you have that. Now, this one I've already put together. So, and it's with a small wire. This is our leftover 24 gauge. Where's that other? I think 18 will fit through. And I prefer to use that. Yep, it'll fit. Now, if you're going to use the crystals, be careful. They will break or chip easy. So be careful when you bend your wires, please. I'm going to bring one side up, holding everything pretty gingerly, but not so, you know, don't manhandle them. Bring the other side up. so. I'm going to bring one side down so you can wrap it around once. Give it a clip now because it's going to get too small and tight, congested like. Squeeze it tight. Give this a fold back. Oops, looks like I got a boo-boo. Now I don't think that we're going to have the wire to do my uniform size, so we're going to go to the smaller size. And before we anchor it all together, we need to put it on here and it will become one piece. And before I go any further with that, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to close it. And that's going to hold. Just like that. And there you have it. Another pretty one. Gonna have some nice bling to it. Not a whole lot of copper. I like the addition of the bead. That's new for me. So thanks for the encouragement. And I will do another video, one more, I guess, to conclude. In the meantime, this will get you started on some really nice gifts or ideas to hang in your shop or put into your next craft show. Nice little sun catchers. And you can, here's forgot about this, kinda. You can close this up and you can just leave it as it is. You don't have to use a chain or anything. But if you do, you can go ahead, put one on. It's always a good idea. Give it some length. And if you're going to sell them, I suggest making hooks for them. Long ones, short ones, it doesn't matter, but you want to make it easy for your client to customer to hang it and want to come back to you because they love your creation. And there. And then I'll put it on a, this one here is kind of backwards, but it's got a good size to it. It can hook on things that are outside. When you open these, grab it on the inside and pull on the long side to open it evenly, and then just give it a wink to close, and there you have it. Kind of pretty, huh? Very simple to do, and once you get this down, and you're not doing a video or something, you're gonna whip them out in 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, depending on how hard your wire is or what kind of work you got to do to your wire. Before I started the video, I had to strip and clean and straighten this. So that was a good maybe half-hour process for me. But I didn't just do this, but I do use reclaimed wire, and these are leftovers that not enough of them for a good size project. These here I believe are outdated and discontinued, and they don't make them this way anymore, or whatever the case may be. I have a really hard time finding these. I find similar, but this style has just been a very tough one to find. This and a few others that I have had for a really long time that I absolutely love, but I can't find today. So, yep, discontinued, outdated, or I just have a couple left and I don't have any intentions on picking up more to get used for projects like this. Nothing goes to waste, you know? You shouldn't waste anything anyways. And that'll do it for me. Again, don't forget to hit up the website and check out As4. They have so many beautiful crystals at such affordable prices. And you're not just going to find these, you're going to find all kinds of stuff. You might spend a few days there before I see you again, which is okay. Have fun. I'm Arlene Schipper from MJ's Blues and Dance Club. Keep in mind, blues is life. Have a good day. Bye-bye.